What's up, everybody? Today we are going to be talking about the 5 best dog parks, in my opinion, here in Nashville in the Middle Tennessee area. And we're here with Moose, and he helped us figure it out. And you'll want to stay till the very end because there is a dog park that you will only find here in Nashville. So stick around. This is Tiffany Gudger with Tiffany Gudger Real Estate right here in Nashville, Tennessee. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything about living in Nashville, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you're notified every time we do a new video. Honestly, we get people reaching out to us all the time that are moving or relocating here, and we love it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. We've got your back when moving to the Nashville and Middle Tennessee areas. So without further ado, let's talk about dog parks. So if you are a crazy dog parent like I am, you like to know where you can take your dog to get some exercise out, meet other dog parents. And as I was searching around different places in Nashville, I realized there's not a YouTube video, or not hardly any, on the dog parks around here. So I decided I would make one. So Moose and I went around and checked out some of our favorite spots. I've got my notes here so that I can go over all of that with you guys. And we are going to start with one of the most popular dog parks around, Centennial Dog Park. And it is located in Centennial Park, which is in the West End area of Nashville. So it's a little on the west side, and we're going to be talking about off-leash dog parks today. So there are a lot of other parks where you can take your dog and have them on their leash, like Centennial Park. It is actually where Nashville has our life-size replica of the Greek Parthenon, which is pretty cool. $6, you can go in and check it out. Dogs are not allowed inside though. But Centennial Park has a big field where you can have picnics and that kind of stuff, and then it has its own dog park. It is one of the few dog parks that I'm going to be talking about today that actually has an area for small dogs. We have 2 dogs. We have my Silver Lab, who's 60 pounds, and then we have an Australian Shepherd. So I don't really notice or pay attention to as much the small dog areas, but this one does have one if you've got a little dog and you're worried about him or her playing with the big dogs. I think the weight limit on that's supposed to be about 25 pounds. So they do have that. It says it's open online from dusk till dawn, but another website, from dawn till dusk, but another website says they're open until 11. So I think it's just at your own discretion kind of thing. One of the best things about Centennial Dog Park is the location of it. So it is kind of right in town. So there's a lot of things to do around there for tourists. So it's a great one for if you're coming to Nashville just to visit. It's a good one to take your dog to. That'll also be close to a lot of other stuff. It has lots of shade and benches, which is nice because if you've watched any of my other videos, you've learned by now that Nashville has brutal heat in the summertime. So there are lots of shade trees. It is on a little bit of a hill, the small dog park, and it can get kind of muddy, but it's a dog park. It has water fountains for the dogs and the people. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's a lot of tennis balls laying around for people to play with, which if you have a dog like mine who is a retriever, it's a pretty good mixture of both heaven and hell for him. So he loves it because he loves to play fetch. But there's also so many options sometimes that he gets a little overwhelmed, or there's little pieces of tennis balls that other dogs have chewed on just laying around, and I take it from him so he doesn't choke, and then he gets really upset. So it's a pro and a con for us. It can get pretty crowded on the weekends because of the location and where it's at. So that's a little bit of a negative unless you just love swarms of people and dogs, which is fine if you do, because it just depends for me what kind of mood I'm in, but it can get pretty busy and hard to find some parking on the weekends. But anyway, yeah, so that was stop number 1, Centennial Park, right here in Nashville. Our second dog park It's actually probably my personal favorite. Moose loves it too, but he loves all dog parks, so it's hard to rank from him. But me personally, I love Two Rivers. It's located in an area called Donaldson, which is just east of Nashville, kind of near the airport-ish. And it's, again, open from dawn to dusk or till 11, depending on what website you look at. It's public, so it's kind of open all the time. So I guess just use your discretion. And if they put up, I didn't notice anything that said you had to leave before 11. So if they put up rules, just abide by those. But this was the biggest dog park that we've gone to. And when I say big, it is huge. I tried to find online how many acres it is. I've seen everything from 7 acres to 9 acres to 6 acres, and I'm just not sure. But it's really big. It actually has a paved like walking trail, like sidewalk walking trail that makes a loop in it that's about 1/4 of a mile long. So while your dog's there running around, you can get in some exercise, get your steps in. It has one water fountain, which is great, but the park is so big, I think it could use one more water fountain because there's so many dogs that can be there just with how large it is, that I think another water fountain at the other side would be a really good idea. There is lots of free parking, and it's lots of parking, so you don't have to worry about trying to find a parking space or anything like that. Lots of shaded areas, so lots of trees and covered benches, and there's a picnic table with a little pavilion. So shady areas for both dogs and humans. And there's even a section that's even just like woods and super wooded, that has little trails on it too. So that's pretty fun. It's got a big open field with a couple trees here and there, and then the wooded foresty section with some trails. And everyone I've ever met there, I've never had a big problem. Everybody seems pretty well aware of their dogs, even with how big the park is, because it's easy in a park that size to kind of lose your dogs, which also means that there's not everyone picks up their doggy poop when they go there, but it is big enough to where that's not a real problem, and there are cleanup stations and trash cans and that kind of stuff. So again, Two Rivers is probably my favorite. There's not a small dog section here, but if you're just trying to get your dog used to meeting other dogs and getting used to being around bigger dogs, it's so big that you can pretty much find a section where you'll have the own little area to yourself should your dog need a break from all of the excitement. It is near Two Rivers Greenway walking trail, which Nashville has a lot of walking trails around here that they're all working on connecting and that go by the rivers and are super pretty. So if you want to let your dog play off leash, but you want to also take them on a leash walk through the Greenway, it's a really good area to do that because one of the trailheads is right there. It's very well maintained. It is part of a larger park, Two Rivers Park. And there's a golf course right there. There's a disc golf course nearby, playgrounds, more picnics and pavilions, a water park, a skate park. So it's a really big, lots of activities kind of park. So I feel like that helps it to be really well taken care of. And again, that is Two Rivers Dog Park and my personal favorite. So dog park number 3 would be Stones River Dog Park. And I feel like this one needed to make the list for a couple reasons. It is right by Percy Priest Lake, just north of there at Percy Priest Dam. And so from the dog park, you can see there's really pretty views of the water. And it's also right near a Greenway walking trail, which has beautiful, beautiful views on that walking trail also. So similar to Two Rivers, you could take your dog for a walk on leash when you're done, either before or after the dog park. So this one's really nice. It's not as big. What I like about it is it has really nice human restroom facilities. And there's obviously a cleanup station for the dogs with dog bags and things like that. It has a water fountain. It only has one also, but it's not as big, and one seems to kind of suffice for this one. Again, there is no smaller dog section at this one. And probably one of the cons about it is there's not a lot of shade trees. So in the summer, it can get really hot. There are a couple benches with some coverings over them for the people. And if your dog gets super hot, just throw them on the leash and walk them over to the lake, and they can get in the lake and get in the water and cool off, which is pretty neat about that one. What else? Oh, easy parking for this one too. Free and easy parking. And it's not huge, like I said, but it's a good size to where you're not going to lose your dog, and you can keep a good eye on your pet. So that's always important too. I have seen a couple little dog scuffles at this one, but they've really spent a lot of time working on it and getting it updated. And ever since then, there's not really been any problems when I've been. There's usually plenty of tennis balls at this one also, which seems to be a theme around some of the dog parks here. And again, I think the biggest reasons this one makes the list is the view of the lake and the dam from the dog park, as well as the easy access to the Greenway Trail system, which is absolutely gorgeous. The head of the trail is right near the entrance to, or the backside of the dog park, and I think if you take that one all the way, it's about a 10-mile walk. So again, that is Stones River Dog Park. Again, open from dawn until dusk, or till 11 depending on what website you look at. But yeah, just east of town, again, kind of near the airport, and on the north side of one of our lakes. Dog park number 3 would be Shelby Dog Park, which is located, and you guessed it, Shelby Park. It's located in East Nashville, right along the Cumberland River, and they have a little lake there. They call it a lake. To me, it's kind of like an oversized pond, but it's pretty cool. There is a lot of other things at the Shelby Park Community Center. They have a golf course and athletic fields, and you can go boating on the lake, and all kinds of other activities there as well. More walking trails and that kind of stuff. So again, it's another one of those places that I feel like is really well taken care of, because it's part of a larger community park. This one is open from dawn till dusk or till 11. Just depends. I know a lot of people that go later than dusk, so I think you'll be fine if it starts to get dark and you're still there. But I just laugh because the 2 different Nashville websites say different things, and it's just funny to me. But anyway, again, no small dog area at this one. It is spacious and well maintained, like I said. Again, I think that has something to do with it being part of a larger park. Has water fountains and waste stations and that kind of stuff, and trash cans for your little puppy poops. And it is usually pretty clean. It can get pretty muddy there because there's some areas where there's still dirt and not a ton of grass just from all the puppies playing around. So the only thing I think that could be maintained a little better is just some more grass in some of the areas. It has a paved sidewalk that leads to some benches that kind of are in a circle, and they all kind of face each other, so you can socialize with other puppy parents. The only thing about that is sometimes dog owners will get distracted talking to the other dog parents and won't be paying attention to their dogs as much. So their dog could, be causing some issues, and they're not right there on top of it. But it does have lots of benches and lots of shade and that kind of stuff for both the humans and the puppies to get out of the heat. And again, it's in East Nashville. Lots of other things to do at this specific park. And being in East Nashville, you're not far away from other things like restaurants and stuff like that. It is in a neighborhood, so some people get a little turned around, and it's kind of behind a school and next to these tennis courts and that kind of stuff. So some people get a little turned around when they try and find it with their GPS, but just follow it and you will find it. So that is Shelby Dog Park, which is a big hit with the locals. Gets super crowded as well there, but it's mostly locals. Not a ton of tourists make it out to that one. So Shelby Dog Park. Okay, so the very last dog park I want to talk to you about is the very first dog park of its kind, and it's called Bark Park. It is actually not a Nashville Metro dog park. It is owned by the creators of BarkBox, which is a huge thing in my house. If I tell Moose, my dog, that it is BarkBox Day, he loses his mind. So the owners of BarkBox decided to try something new, and the very first one is in East Nashville. It is open from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And the big difference is that you have to have a membership. So you can do a daily membership. So if you just want to go for the day and check it out, daily memberships or daily passes are $15, and a monthly pass is $39. And it's basically per dog. It allows for one dog and 2 humans to come. And they do offer a discount for puppy siblings. So if I wanted to bring both my dogs, for one dog it'd be $39 for the month, and the other one gets a 50% discount for being doggy sibling. And I feel like you get what you pay for here. They have like a concession stand that has nitro cold brew coffee and popcorn and dog treats and all kinds of stuff. It's not huge, but it is very nice. It has these sitting areas with benches, in these big concrete, like funnels, I guess. And, they even went so far as they didn't put table legs on the tables in there. They hang them from the ceiling so that the dogs can just run right through and not even have to worry about the tables. So it is more of a experience for your dog, and you are just there. It's really fun. It's very different, like I said. They do have nice human restrooms as well, which some of the dog parks I mentioned today did not have. And outside of COVID days and pandemic, they host lots of events. So it's kind of like the country club for your dog. They have spring fling and like an Oktoberfest, and they do movie nights with 101 Dalmatians and things like that, obviously, and all kinds of like a Thanksgiving thing and a holiday event. And I think it's just something super exciting that the dogs get to run around, and it's just different, and it's fun for us humans too. I think the biggest pro to this one is that it is BYOB. So beer and wine, bring it on. And the balls for your dogs, bring those, or you can buy toys and things like that at the concession stand. But yeah, it's BYOB. So go and hang out and either have your coffee or your beer and socialize and network and plan your dog's birthday party if you want to there. But yeah, it's something very, very different that nowhere else has, that is specific to Nashville as of right now. And I think it's a really, really creative idea. It's very different. It's not somewhere you're going to pop in for 30 minutes, let your dog run around real quick, but it is an experience, and I am excited that we have it. So there are the 5 dog parks that are my favorite here in the Nashville area. If you have any questions about any of these, or there's tons of other dog parks as well, so if there's anything I can help you out with that, just let me know. Again, my name is Tiffany. Please, if you have any questions or are thinking of moving or relocating here to the Nashville area, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd love to help, but you have to reach out because otherwise I won't know. So anyway, until the next video, you and all your puppy pals have a great day, and we'll catch you later.